I ain't finna tell y'all how I got away with this shit.
These guys are serious. They mean business. Very, very dangerous people. So crooked.
I ain't never feared no op. If a nigga run up, then the body gon' drop. Get him last year, nigga mom still crying. Took a son from the world, but them tears don't stop. He ain't have shit, so we use that pop. With right that lock, and the fiends come cop. We ain't do chores, we ain't wipe no floors, but I gotta keep it clean, so I use that mop. I ain't never feared no op. If a nigga run up, then the body gon' drop. Hit him last year, nigga mom still crying. Took a son from the world, but them tears don't stop. He ain't have shit, so we use that pop. With right that lock, and the fiends come cop. We ain't do chores, we ain't wipe no floors, but I gotta keep it clean, so I use that mop. We was young on the back block. Shit, the park got shot, niggas drawn on the black top. Got the call, it was that high. See my man turn it down, you alive, nigga, that's why. Seen blood for the first time. Crime scene, not me, if you ever see a courtroom. Cross me, that's a main damn. Put the 40 in his mouth, that's a nigga you can talk to. Show me love when I walk through. Or his guns up, point me to the stash, nigga, don't move. Say I'm calm cause I rap now, then I was smashed down. Lucky I'm a beast on this Pro Tools. Fuck niggas get a gunshot, that was for the tough talk. Niggas start to bleed, then the fun stop. See it's hell in the hood high. Niggas get lined up for a link and some good box. It's outside till nighttime, looking on the bright side, trying to make enough for a lifetime. Niggas go L for the big smoke, so I let a clip go. Got a big step, never tiptoe. Cold shit, niggas on whole shit. Flash at your own risk, catch a hot slug for a cold wrist. Really stay low, cause the feds got the taps on the phone line. Plug on my jack with some bullshit. So crooked, nigga. Know what the fuck it is out here, man. Y'all niggas standing against us is gonna get it. Anybody gonna get it. It's the mafia, nigga. Mob time. The fuck you talking about, nigga? I ain't never feared no op. If a nigga run up, then the body gon' drop. Hit him last year, nigga mom still crying. Took a son from the world, but them tears don't stop. He ain't have shit, so we use that pop. With right that lock, and the fiends come cop. We ain't do chores, we ain't wipe no floors, but I gotta keep it clean, so I use that mop. I ain't never feared no op. If a nigga run up, then the body gon' drop. Hit him last year, nigga mom still crying. Took a son from the world, but them tears don't stop. He ain't have shit, so we use that pop. With right that lock, and the fiends come cop. We ain't do chores, we ain't wipe no floors, but I gotta keep it clean, so I use that mop.
I ain't never feared no op. Let a nigga run up, then the body gon' drop. Hit a nigga all in his top. Left a little nigga park like he pulled up in a lot. My chain for your life, nigga, we can make a swap. Couple niggas left, couple niggas got dropped. Total bundles, I'ma take this shit to the top. My word is my bond and loyalty is all we got. Heard niggas crying and they bitching for a spot. It's me and young L, niggas know we got it locked. Baltimore gold, niggas know I don't stop. Shoot a nigga up till I see the body drop. Bitch said she love me, told her stop talking hot. You don't love me, bitch, you really let us cock. And the ones you call bro be the ones with the plot. The close ones to you be the ones you gotta watch. Bitch said she leaving till that whole kick rocks. You in the casket, I ain't crying over box. Focus on the bag, bitch, I gotta get the block. I crawled at the bottom, now I'm walking on the top. But the politicking and the hating gotta stop. Cause I can pull up all day, make it hot. Yeah, niggas know I'm still posted on the block with a 100-round drum and a 30-round mop. I don't fear no op, nigga.
These guys are serious. They mean business. Very, very dangerous people. So crooked.
I think I'm the one that is like distant in my relationship, but it's not like on purpose. But I really be on my shit, and that's because I fell off so much. So I don't really know what the situation is, but she needs to talk. Like, I don't know what's going on. She needs to verbalize what it is. But even if it is something so simple as she's trying to get back on her, you know, her grind, like, as simple as that. Like, you know, of course it sucks because I'm in a position where I'm similar to her. Like, it sucks, like, yeah, not being able to spend time with whoever. But I think I'm less affectionate than most people anyway, so it don't really matter. But I gotta get on my shit. I gotta get on my shit. But I don't know.
She loves me.
She loves me.
And I love her.
I love her.
But my love hurts me, and
She
her
loves
love's hurting
me.
cause she ain't her.
I love her.
Everything was perfect, your time was worth it, and so it seems. My heart is working, your soul is lurking up in my dreams. You ever felt so loved, like heaven's gates is opened up, and all the blessings up above is given, but just ain't enough to match the feeling she's giving me, and I love her for it. She took my heart and stitched it after all these bitches tore it, and I don't think request when it comes down to sacrifice, cause I'll give it up. So I hope you take a sip when I pour my heart up in this cup. No longer feel like that guy, I know I can't be him. I really wish we stuck together like this pad and pen. Cause once upon a time you loved me and you trusted in me. But as of late you giving looks like you disgusted in me. Am I not good enough? Could I still be your everything? You once adored me like the greatest thing you've ever seen. But now I feel like I'm less, is someone else above me? In recent times I got to question, do you even love me?
She loves me, and I love her. But my love hurts me, and her love's hurting she, cause she ain't her. She ain't her. She loves me, and I love her. But my love hurts me, and her love hurts for me, cause she ain't her. No.
I'm thinking I fucked up and I can't take that back. But I bet if I could, you know I would. This distant shit is whack. I got priorities, but you was always top of that shit. You spent some time in search of love, just like you did your outfits. And I was there for every moment. My heart, you owned it. You gave me yours to own as well, but somebody stole it. So now we fighting back to back, and we doing that same when taking naps. I wanted you to feel my words, but she love it when I rap. So best believe I got involved with that shit. Like why the fuck would I hold my tongue if she would come when I spit? Can't blame me, she hit the dial and I fucked around, got back. She was keeping me company when shit fucked with me, but girl I'm attached to you. So tell me why was I ever an option? If you gon' take my heart and give it away like adoption, I owe you all my love, you know that I would pay my dues. And Cupid's aiming, girl, you know I'll take this shot for you.
She loves, and I love her. But my love hurts me, and her love's hurting she, cause she ain't her. She loves me, and I love her. But my love hurts me, and her love hurts for me, cause she ain't her.
They say your first love could never be your last, and your very last love could never match up with the first. Maybe that's the reason why we dwell up in the past, cause history's to remember, reason why we live in fast.
Yo, man. We back at it, man. So Crooked Podcast, your man Bundles.
It's your boy Wally B.
And all the way coming from Cali. That's our
Miss New
favorite.
York one.
That's our favorite girl right there, Miss New York.
What's up? How you doing?
Everything all right?
You know, highly favored, truly blessed.
Highly favored and truly blessed. I gotta start saying that.
You
Like,
better.
when people ask me how I'm doing, like, I'm highly favored and truly blessed.
You gotta keep it on yourself. You gotta keep it on yourself.
That's a fact, but we got special guests in the building today. You know what I'm saying? Wally B, you want to introduce the people?
We gonna let them introduce themselves, man. How y'all doing, man? Let the people know who y'all are, man.
Doing good, sir. All right, I'll go first then. My name is Neon J from the Bronx, and this is my co-artist and also partner.
Joel Bleu, straight out of the Bronx as well.
And
we got SOCROOKED NYC.
And we're here, and we've been blessed with the opportunity to work with SOCROOKED NYC, so we want to thank you guys for the opportunity.
Definitely. What we want to do here at So Crooked is that we want to shine light on a lot of independent artists on the come up, artists on the grind and things like that. We're not chasing the clout. You know what I'm saying? We want to get to know y'all. We want to get to know what y'all about, y'all music, and anything else y'all want to talk about, man. That's what we here for, man, to shine light on our community, our people, and that's just that. Miss New York,
Yep.
baby girl,
Yeah.
how you doing? Before we get into talking to these gentlemen, me and Walt was sitting here having a nice little laugh about my man Nate Robinson.
Looking bad for your boy.
It's looking wicked out here for your man Nate. First and foremost, I want to say salute to Nate Robinson because it took a lot of courage for him to do that. Took a whole lot of courage for him to do that.
I was confused, man. I was watching this shit, and the next thing you know, I see him. I'm like, yo, Nate Robinson about to fight?
Yeah, man. He
is going on,
said that he was doing it for all NBA players across the world. No, he said all basketball players across the world,
He
showing
did
that they got
He
hands.
did that shit for the Knicks.
I see no lies.
Yeah, for his
I
kids.
cannot.
Shout out to Nate though for getting knocked out.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facebook went off with that too.
What y'all think about the fight?
I think Twitter went off. That was probably one of the funniest threads I've seen in a long time.
That shit is still going. I mean, it's an E for effort.
Yeah.
I mean, he did it live. You know, shouts out to him. I'm pretty sure he worked pretty hard to get to that position. At the end of the day, you
Right.
know,
You feel me?
he lost, but you know how black Twitter is.
Yeah, I'm on some like. If I was him right now, I'll be looking at my trainers like, yo, what happened? Real talk, like we've been doing. The fight was booked 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So you had 6. I'm not saying I'm not a boxer, so I don't know how long it takes to actually train for a bout. But from what I seen on the screen, either you forgot the training, or your trainers ain't shit. Like
he was overconfident.
But then again, I heard Jake
Let
Paul
me-
been training for a hot minute though, so you know, there's that. You're going up against
He been
some more
boxing for
career
like a
boxers.
couple years, right?
Who, Nate?
No, the
dude
other
he
dude, Jake Paul, right?
Yeah,
Jake Paul.
He's a YouTube sensation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's had several other boxing bouts, though. He's put himself in position to fight several other times. And I just think, like you said, shout out to Nate for making that transition. But I do think that athletic people have to respect different bounds of athletes and sports. Just because you're a great football player does not mean the ambition or your size or your skill from football will transition into basketball or into soccer or into baseball. It just doesn't do that. You have to be prepared in the field that you're going in. So do I think that 6 months is enough time to transition a man's thinking as well as the physicality into boxing? Nah, I think a year would have done him better. But I also understand why he took the opportunity. So, like, you know, he took the L as far as getting knocked out, but he won 2 rounds in a 3-round match. So even with him not losing particularly the whole event, he's holding the L for being knocked out, which I think is, you know,
major L.
I mean, yeah, but you know, he has to hold it, because anytime you try something new, you have to go in like you're gonna be a beast, like you're gonna be a monster. So I don't like at all knock him for doing it. I just hope that next time when he tries, I hope this is not his last time for him, not based upon the Twitter feeds or the memes, but just so that he can get from it what he wanted to get in the first place. Because just because your first time wasn't successful doesn't mean that it won't be if you continue to, you know what I'm saying, attack that certain situation. So, you know.
I think that'll make a good redemption story.
I think that's a good idea.
It would.
If he does continue to pursue boxing more seriously, instead of like him just doing it for the clout this time, you look less like a clown in a sense. Because it is hard to transition to a different sport, especially professionally. Like that, like boxing is no joke, bro. That's like real.
They call it the gladiator sport, right?
Yeah.
Getting the beats, bro.
Well, shout out to Nate Robinson for going to the Jersey Shore, getting overly drunk and getting knocked out on the boardwalk, man.
That's where it was at?
It looked like somebody from Jersey Shore. You know, when I saw the fight, I just saw TRL. You know, I saw like fucking MTV or
But
some
did
shit.
you hear? Did you hear Snoop, the commentating from
Yeah,
Snoop?
it was crazy.
Oh.
I'm like, oh man, this Nate gonna get knocked out on TV, bro. The slam dunk champion.
I was expecting Tyson to knock Roy out, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was too.
I was expecting.
But they put stipulations up before the fight started where knockouts wasn't really the goal, wasn't really the point. I think that by them taking the knockouts out, you actually got to see a whole fight. I mean, trust me. No, someone told Mike not to knock him out. Trust and believe, because if Mike wanted to knock him out, Mike got them hits. We already know. I'm growing up off of Mike Tyson myself. He know where to hit you and how fast what his speed needs to be to knock you down. Like, he knows. I feel like he was doing more of a sparring thing with Roy. Roy didn't have the breath. Roy didn't have the energy. He didn't have it. He was hugging him early. You feel me? Like, Roy didn't have Roy doesn't have what Tyson still has in their 50s. That's just a fact.
Yeah, because Mike was doing the the old school duck, and
Yeah,
like
the
he
pickable.
still got it.
Yeah, he still had the pickable on Smash.
He still had it, man. You know what I'm saying? And he told me he want to fight again. Roy looked like he wasn't with it. Whenever somebody say I gotta talk to the family,
Yeah. I gotta talk to my great aunt like about this one, my kids.
I talk to the
word, he's like, yo,
I talk to
listen,
my
man.
dog, bro.
And then he kept shouting out Pepsi Cola.
Yeah.
I was like, he's just trying to save face right now. He know he don't want that smoke no more, like.
All right,
I feel
so
like Mike Tyson never lost it though. If you've seen him, he always looked like he was in shape almost.
Nah, he had a chubby sprout. He had a chubby moment.
He had his dad bod going.
Yeah.
during the hangover time, he was kind of fat.
Yeah. He definitely got back in shape quick. And then I was looking at the trailers of him training. I'm like, for him to be 50, I still don't want no smoke with Mike Tyson. You know when you see a 50-year-old, you're like, yo, go ahead. Nah, I still don't want no smoke with Mike. At all. But you never know. Salute to Mike. Salute to everybody that was on the car. Nate, if you're awake, we riding with you.
Yeah. We still love you, man.
We still love you, man. No,
Still
so we ain't gonna do you too bad, man.
You still got hops, but you know what I'm saying?
When that happened? That happened on what, Saturday?
Yeah, that happened Saturday.
All right, so you got about 2 more days of roasting. We're gonna leave you alone.
Yeah, you gotta leave Nate alone.
Yeah, we gotta give you 1 full week. 1 full week of roasting.
I
Huh?
heard he's been taking all the jokes like a champ though, so.
I mean, he ain't got no choice.
What you gonna say?
Yo, he could just cower and kind of just like block everybody.
Yeah, true.
You know, but he stood up and took that shit. So.
Nah, I appreciate
You saw that meme when they had Simba. Rocking him.
I mean, I did a meme myself. I did a meme myself with the Rocky scene. If you remember when Apollo Creed for Drago, I did a little skit. I did a little skit with Nate, man. Nate, it's all in fun, man. It's all in fun.
Well, shout out to that whole Fight Network, Thriller, whatever it was that sponsored them. Hope y'all keep doing what y'all doing. We loved it. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, how about we put together like a So Crooked boxing match?
Yeah, I'll be ready. I got a couple people I want to fight too. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen the names yet. Got a couple niggas I want to knock out. You know what I'm saying? But
I wasn't saying you. I say we sponsor.
You know what I'm saying? Shit.
I mean, no, let him get in the ring.
I can box.
No, let him fight. You want to fight? Let him fight.
Charge him for that
He
premium.
be the main event.
Yo, I'm telling you right now. If you get in the ring, bro,
and get knocked out,
mind you represent the brand, bro. If you go in the ring, I'm telling you right now, before you hit the canvas, I'm going to throw the towel. We cannot have that.
If you see me get hit too many times, throw the towel away. Fuck it.
You look a little tired
You know what I'm
out
saying?
there.
Like, nah, don't let me get knocked out, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
But nah,
Crooked gonna mean
shout out to
something
y'all.
else.
Hope y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man.
That's a fact. But enough of that. We in the building with the 2 artists. Yo, first I wanna tell you.
Yeah.
Your singing is fire.
Aha,
now,
appreciate it.
I know a couple of cats that be trying to sing. Not like you said, we not gonna mention no names. They got careers,
Yeah,
but
we not
you
gonna
know
hurt-
it ain't really going
You ain't gonna
half
hurt your
past
feelings. You
it.
can't sing.
But
Listen, you can do anything in the studio.
now I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna put you on Front Street. You can sing, or is that the critiquing of the engineer?
I mean, what you...
We don't hold no punches here on So Crooked, man. So I'm gonna ask. You know what I'm saying? You got.
I know he can spit. He could spit.
No, I know he can spit. We talk. Singing is something totally different.
It is different.
Singing is something totally different. Can I get a note real quick?
Let me see.
That H-Town shit.
That H-Town?
Yeah.
All right, so fun fact, the people that inspired me to start singing was Dino, well, the person was Dino Connor, but also he came from the group H-Town.
You kind
They
of look
made the
like
song.
Dino.
I'm dead.
Now that I think about it, you kind of look
that's
like...
your first uncle when your auntie's right.
Yo,
I mean,
when he said it, I'm like, Dino. Yo, he kind of look like Dino. Let me find out you related to him.
I got you in a second, all right? So, somebody rockin', knocking the boots, yeah, give me some good love. Somebody rockin', knocking the boots. No.
All right, that's enough. You got it.
Oh, no, now we gotta stop.
I had to add a little bit of extra sauce, so they were like, he can actually.
Nah, I can dig it, man. I heard it. Listen.
What you think, New York? What you think?
I mean, you know, I'm first of all going straight to that H-Town song. You gonna touch the, you know what I'm saying, the older generation anyway. So that was a plus. You ain't saying
you got tickled a little bit. He tickled your stomach a little bit with that one.
Let that sizzle your spirit.
That song inspired me to do it all because you know he had his brother Shazam was the one who was doing the high notes, and then even their cousin, which is Gi, he was doing all the background harmonies with Shazam. So it kind of like listening to them kind of gave me a perspective on how to like add different types of vocals, like backgrounds, harmonies, high notes, trying to incorporate everything together.
That's dope. That's dope.
Awesome.
Well, listen, I just wanted to know, and you proved me right. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely understand. There's a lot of singers out there who
that's a fact. So anybody that's watching, I'm telling you right now, if you come up here, I'm gonna ask you to sing. I want to make that very clear. I mean, which camera we at? Right here? If you come on the So Crooked podcast talking about you can sing, I'm gonna ask you to sing.
You better drink some honey tea before you get up here.
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. As I had this idea, I'm like slightly paranoid, and I had this thought. I'm like, he might ask me to sing. I'm like, let me just do a little. Do re mi fa sol la ti do.
That's what's up, though. That means you was prepared. You was prepared.
Yeah, like
professionalism. I like that. I like that. Man.
I remember. I don't know if Lil Wayne invented it, but he was the first person I heard say it. He was like, prepare for the worst, but wish for the best. Kind of like I'm paraphrasing right now, but so that's kind of like the lifestyle I kind of live by.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Because especially like if you're gonna be out here running around and you might run into some like industry execs and things of that nature, that's what they do. They ask you to sing on the fly. Or you call yourself a singer, bust out a note right now.
Yeah.
So
I can't be like, hold on, I got a cold.
Yeah, you can't. They'll be like, yeah, whatever, get out of here.
Nah, that's the industry's cut.
Yeah, bring it from the diaphragm. When you got a cold, stay out your throat. You be just fine from the stomach.
Listen, I'm nice with the who.
I'd be out as a backup singer, but a lead singer nah.
How they said it? Yo, see, look.
Yo, listen.
We not boys to men. We men to boys. We gonna reverse it.
Men to boys?
Yeah, we can't copyright infringement, bro. That's a fact. Can't call each other boys to men.
Men to boys. It sound like men to boys. Sound like African Bambaataa.
That mean we going backwards, bro. We going back to the youth, man. I can't do those spin moves though. I'm too big for that.
No, but I
size don't mean you can't dance.
No,
Heavy D was very heavy. Let's touch on that real quick. Heavy D was heavy set and he could dance. So let's not start acting like size stops anything unless you wanted to, baby.
Heavy D was dancing when he came out with Money Earning Mount Vernon. When he got to I Got Nothing But Love For You, it was a lot of hand gestures. None of that. Yeah. It wasn't all that. It was a lot of hand gestures.
Because he no longer had to. But again, let's not. Okay, I feel you about the knees. I ain't mad. I got a bad knee myself. However, size don't stop nothing unless you wanted to. So you can spin move on them heels if you chose.
Matter of fact, let's think about some big boy R&B singers that was getting busy. My man from Drew Hill. Remember their first video?
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I know for a fact they had ice packs on standby for him. They had to.
It always looked like he wanted to wipe his forehead in all the music videos.
Yo, real talk, because that jump, think about the jump, that tell me. Yo, them jumps was high.
Them niggas was doing workout exercises on scene back then, man. You had to be in shape, for real.
Word up, man. Salute to all the big boys out there doing the R&B. I'm going to clap it up for them because I'm a big boy myself. So.
But you can sing, though. Yeah, the big boys can sing. I got the bigger diaphragm I feel.
So tell us about you, man. Like, who are you? What do you represent? You know what I'm saying? I see how you be spitting, how you be doing your thing. I listened to the song you had made, Cause I Be Dreaming. And that's when I first was like, yo, it's something different about him. Yeah. And then I asked him, I was like, who's that? He's like, that's my cousin. I was like, oh, word? And it just seemed like y'all two together is different, man. And, obviously, we called y'all up here because we like what we heard and what we've been seeing. Right. We just want to know, like, what inspired y'all? Like, how did y'all come together? How did this start? Like,
your turn, dog.
I mean, like my individual story is the fact that I grew up in the church. I was in Catholic school and all that, and I was kind of, not to throw shade at the private school industry, but you know, they kind of force certain curriculums onto you. So one of the things that was forced onto me was like Shakespeare. So I had to kind of study that. And although it was kind of frustrating and annoying as a 7-8-year-old studying Shakespeare, but I took that shit with me, you know. So eventually, like I grew an appreciation for it, and I got into poetry on my own. So the poetry is something that I just kept with me. I took that into middle school. I took it into high school. I did some open mics here and there, but it wasn't until my senior year I met one of my boys from high school. He was a rapper, and at that time I had just gotten familiar with like J. Cole and Kendrick. Just to clip the eye, I didn't grow up on hip hop. I grew up on reggae and stuff like that. So that being my first introduction to like what hip hop really is, it struck me differently. So I felt that I had to take it upon myself to kind of like push him out there. Like, yo, I feel like more people got to hear what is it that you're doing. So, you know, like me and him started working over the summer of like 2012, and he would come to my house. We do like small demos or whatever, and I'd compile them into like a kind of like a mixtape or whatever. And then I presented that to him for his birthday. And he was like, yo, that's dope. I really want to do this. And then like within that time span, like a few other people kind of trickled over. Jay was one of them. He was doing acting at first, but he self-taught himself about how to like play the guitar and how to sing. So I'm like, yo, it kind of looks like I'm starting a music group, so it kind of makes sense to bring you in. So, you know, we did that. But like on the low, like I was around a bunch of, in my opinion, talented rappers, so I kind of just started to perfect my pen.
So you never was really into like the shoot 'em up, bang bang version.
Nah.
When you did come into hip, like who was some of the artists that inspired you to, you know, besides Kendrick?
Besides Kendrick,
like when you was younger. Like I don't know how old you are.
I'm 26, by the way.
Okay.
So like I want to say artists like Lupe, artists like
Absol.
Well, yeah, but like Absol came like
about the originals. Alright,
yeah.
cool.
I was a huge fan of Ludacris, by the way. I feel like Ludacris is like the way he raps is like impeccable. Like his articulation is crazy. I feel like he kind of just bodies everything he does. So that's just my opinion. A lot of people gonna disagree, but
no, Ludacris.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Ludacris get busy.
Yeah, he get busy.
Yeah.
A lot of people sleep on Ludacris.
I feel like no matter what kind of song you put him on, especially for like R&B songs, as a feature, bro, he bodies all of them.
yeah, word.
Okay.
So like Luda is somebody that I would like look up his lyrics on like Rap Genius. So, like even Eminem, I'd look up their lyrics on Rap Genius and like perform it until I get it right. And that was when I kind of like subconsciously realized, yo, I'm trying to be a performer. Like I want to have that same kind of energy that they're delivering in the booth or on stage or whatever. So, you know, but yeah, it wasn't a lot of hip hop. Oh, Wayne was somebody that like grew heavy on me. I had like another one of my boys from high school. He was a super Wayne fan. So he was just like that's just all he was playing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's all he would play. You should. I'm gonna tell him how my earliest conversation. Like we went to high school together in the Bronx, and we had a freshman class
Shout
together.
out to Smith High School.
Smith, right? We had a freshman's class with our Miss Thomas, right? Her name was Miss Thomas. She looked like Dora.
yeah.
Dora Explorer?
Yeah, she looked like Dora, and she came. I think she dressed in Halloween. I think once as Dora Explorer.
Yeah.
And I remember this to this day, right? I told him it was my birthday, or it was like the week of my birthday. He was like, yo, you want $1? I'll give you $1 for your birthday. And then we didn't speak. I don't think we spoke at all until senior year after that. And then that's about like halfway. We had multiple classes together, and then that's halfway that became like cooler. And then I was known in high school for like acting or whatever because some people were exaggerating because I would do like Broadway stuff in Harlem. So everybody thought I was like on CNN, and we had this one teacher who like
They thought you was
us.
mainly going in that direction.
Yeah, they thought I was like I was gonna be that guy in acting, but then I come to find out, I ended up meeting these guys. They helped articulate the things, like I was
Because when
trying to pursue.
When you listen to like the music nowadays, you know what I'm saying, especially like in your age bracket, right? Mainly, I've been speaking on it, like it's been like the drill sound, or even when you think about, singing, for instance, it's like the auto-tune, or everybody's like a gangster. Even in singing, nobody's like really singing R&B. Like I still get a sense of R&B when you sing, and I still get a sense of consciousness when you rap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what initially grabbed me. You know what I'm saying? When I first listened to y'all, and I was just like, yo, I told my partner, I'm like, yo, bro, we got to get them on board. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's different.
Thank you.
It's a different energy, B. And, I commend y'all for, standing tall and being who you are. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being who people will want y'all to be.
There's definitely a lot
What
of
made y'all
fast
take that direction? like coming from coming from the Bronx, you know, everybody know like the Bronx is like the new Brooklyn,
Right.
the new old Brooklyn. But like the Bronx is the new old Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Right.
So dealing with that on a day-to-day basis, but still staying true to your art, is it challenging?
I guess it depends on the kind of direction that you want to go, as far as like how you want people to perceive you.
Right.
But personally, for me,
No, I'm all good.
I try to be. I'm really conservative as far as like a lot of like my emotions, and I tend to put that out into my music.
Okay.
And because I met somebody who was able to, in a sense, allow me to be comfortable within myself.
Right.
So then that transitioned to my music.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to
Cheers.
that. And then ever since then,
Cheers.
I've
Sorry,
had
man.
this thought. I'm like, you know what? It makes me feel good. Like I remember there was one time I recorded a song, and after I recorded that song. It was a genuine song that I wrote. I wasn't trying to appeal to nobody, whatever. It felt good. Like I felt resolved.
The energy was.
Yeah. It felt organic. Like I felt resolved. I wasn't trying to impress somebody. I was just doing what I was doing, and ever since then, obviously, I still like some of the songs that come out in my generation because it is my generation, of course. But for the most part, I just, it's
I think it's based on the individual as well. 'Cause going back to your question, asking like, is it hard to stay true to yourself and like our particular content? Not that I want to put ourselves in a box or anything, but that's typically like what we're known for. It's based on the individual because like my upbringing I already had like multiple perspectives. Like I said, I grew up in a church, but then like shortly after I transitioned into public school and like I was sheltered, so going into public school after that, and my generation was like a whole new world. Like, I got jumped my first week. Got robbed like my second week.
Yeah, shout out to the New York City public school system, man.
Yes, Smith was no joke, bro. Smith was low key no joke.
All right, I got a personal question, not to cut you off.
Yeah.
Which one of y'all got hurt when you made "Hurt"? The song "Hurt." Who got hurt? Who was it?
I'm the R&B singer, but that wasn't my song.
That was you?
I actually wrote that hook. So like
yeah, he was the songwriter in that song.
I got hurt too at that time too, by the way. So you know what I'm saying? We made it. We never would have made it through. I wouldn't have made it without you, man.
But
I was hurting, D.
But Atmosphere was made also based off this. I think it came out the same year.
It was like
2004.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was hurt a little bit earlier than that, but that her took the cake for that though.
Yeah.
Did y'all get a phone call behind that?
She called you?
I got some Facebook messages about it. Yeah, that was a rough time for me. But like that was actually like when I was like really transitioning to taking my music seriously. So I feel like that was kind of like.
See, you was busy that year.
Yeah, like that was a milestone for me because that song is really what like. I think
I think that was the most because usually like he mentioned earlier, we would go to like shows. We had like this movement that we formed in our high school called Plus One.
Okay.
And so we would go to different venues, and then we would perform mostly Bleu and this other member, and they would perform like spoken word, poetry, things relating to social, political standards, things of that nature. Initially, we didn't even start out making I didn't start out making like R&B music. My first song technically is a rap song over Tupac's Mama called
Really?
Gabriella. Yeah.
Damn, Mama song?
Yeah. And I kept the chorus that he had, and it was alright. It wasn't terrible, but I remember I let my mom hear it, and she was like, "So you gonna keep doing this?"
So your mom asked you if you was gonna keep doing this. And what was your reply?
I mean, I just I kept it. I take people's opinions as sense.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mom Dukes.
No, for sure. She's definitely one of the most supportive people in my life now. I think what it really is just when it comes to trying to do entertainment, it's a lot more difficult than trying to get a 9 to 5. Or getting a degree because half of it is luck and then half of it is hard work. So no matter
luck and hard work.
And it's like you work hard for it. When you're presented with the opportunity, you got to be able to achieve. It's like what he said earlier. Like they're gonna put you on the spot. If I think you know, if I want to do music but I'm not prepared for it and I get put on the spot, I'm gonna lose right there, and then I'm gonna take that personally, and then it's seen as a failure. But if you work hard and then when the opportunity presents itself, you go for it, and then you kind of it's also kind of like a putting a carrot in front of a donkey a little bit. You got to have some hope in there. But I feel like there's never been somebody who's been unsuccessful and who's a hard worker. Like, because you never really fail, in my opinion. You only just grow from that experience. And eventually, you then reach that level that you want to. So.
Right.
What questions you got from Miss New York? Because you got the good ones. I'm going to say.
I'm actually liking how they're explaining it, because it's like for every question I can have, he's forward. It's like he's forward thinking on my questions. So it's
wait, is he making you speechless?
No, I'm not speechless at all. But I'm a good listener. So I also know that I have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So it's okay to listen.
That's a first.
Of course.
I'm okay with that. As anyone that's been an artist who is my thing is this: anyone that's an artist that's okay with their artistry and not going to allow the masses or what other people consider popular to stop them, they're on the right path already, because a lot of artists lose their true nature by conforming. So the fact that they are both uniquely moving forward on their mission, not on a clout chase, for me, that's what an artist is. There's people, like you said, there's people that can go into the studio and sing and get the work done, or there's people that can have 50 takes so that they can complete a song. But an artist is something different. You know what I mean? So I have no problem on a sit back just listening to them speak, because it's a beautiful thing to hear pure artistry. And because you don't get that often. I don't care what level you may be on or what people's names may be, you're not getting pure artistry. And you see the difference in the people that first come into the industry and how they have to conform. Like, I use this analogy all the time. Nicki Minaj was always a phenomenal rapper.
Agreed.
Okay? Her artistry was dimmed by what they wanted her to present her artistry as. This is my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I never watched nobody run around in Queens in no tutus. It didn't happen. But because she had a certain image that she had to conform to, because she signed that dotted line, then she had to do what they wanted to present. So I feel it took away from her being a continual, like a Jay-Z. You feel me? They was able to have a Cardi B come in and reform what she did and then carry it, rather than her being able to long last as far as just her artistry being the reason. So many other aspects, the look, what they wanted to sound like, what the message was to be pushed at the time. Like, you can lose that. And I think, like I said, I have no problem listening to artists that refuse to lose it. So, I'm just
honestly, well, what I think it comes down to, I think one thing that we do lack in this generation is there's a lot of self-love issues. People don't really get to know themselves. They're not comfortable in their own skin, especially with technology. But, everybody wants to go for the likes, like that instant validation or whatever. Right. So it's like, I want to fit in order to feel like people love me or celebrate me, because I don't have enough love for myself. So I feel like when you reach a certain level of introspection and you become comfortable.
Hold on. You're not gonna do that to me. Say that word again.
Do I gotta get my thesaurus?
Yeah, get the fucking. Say that word again, because I don't know.
Introspection.
Introspection.
It's like self-reflecting.
Self-reflection.
Yeah. So when
I'm never too old to learn something new, man.
I feel like when you become comfortable in your own skin, then you start to make the music you want. You start to attract the right people in your life, because, think about it from this standpoint. Let's say, I'm acting like somebody I'm not from first impressions, right? And then later down the line, 3 months later, I start acting like who I really am because I'm becoming comfortable. That person is gonna be like, "Yo, who is this?" Because I wasn't myself from the get-go.
Yeah, that's not what you should.
So I kind of look at music that way as well. So I try to be as honest as possible in my music. Obviously, sometimes, I still struggle back and forth. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm Gandhi or some shit like that, where I'm enlightened and all that shit. But
you're true to yourself.
Yeah, I try to be as true to myself as I possibly can in that moment. And I understand that every day, it can't be perfect. So, just be yourself as much as you possibly can. It's going to take baby steps. It's hard in order you to, reflect on yourself to that level. But, I feel like when you do it step by step, you then start to understand not just yourself but the people around you.
So I'm more rewarding that way anyway.
That's a fact. We got a question from the comments from Henny. Shout out to Henny, man. He said, if you had to do an R&B record with a female, who would it be?
A female. From a commercial standpoint.
With an R&B female. That was a question. If you had to do a song, strictly for you. If you had to do a song with an R&B female, who would it be?
Crazy? I never thought about that, bro. Because I just have crushes. So I want to say somebody who I have a celebrity crush on, but as far as like an artistic standpoint, it's a great question. I mean there's one artist I listen to a lot of Sabrina Claudio, besides the fact that she is one of my celebrity crushes.
Okay.
But I genuinely enjoy her music. Like she has a very
I can see you in like and don't take this the wrong way.
No.
I can see like you and Jill Scott doing a record.
Jill Scott?
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
I mean, I'm open.
That's legendary.
Exactly, that's legendary. She gonna give me the seal of approval.
She might try to give you
that. Oh, she might.
Not the microphone.
Damn, bro.
Huh?
Damn.
I was trying.
Damn.
That's the first thing I thought.
I was thinking it too.
Yeah, that's the last thing I saw her do. So
wait, so out of all the work she's done in the music industry,
all
you can think about is that
because
situation?
that was the last thing she did. So I'm like,
the last thing she did was the verses with Erykah Badu, actually. And that was one of the best verses soulfully that we got. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. It was
Shout out
the
to Jill
last.
Scott, man.
Shout out to Jill.
I think I would want a female artist who's a really good songwriter. She doesn't have to do anything too crazy. Like, I think I would compliment someone like Jenny Aiko. Like, she doesn't do nothing too crazy, but when you listen to her words, it's very.
Are you open to letting anybody ghostwrite for you?
Yeah. I feel like no one has ghostwriter for me yet. Okay. But I feel like you got to be open to collaborations. I guess they're writing it for you, but people who collaborate with others, you can't just come up with all these ideas by yourself. Then everything's gonna sound the same.
I think ghostwriting is only a stain, and this is for you.
Of course.
I think ghostwriting is only a stain when it comes to rapping.
I agree.
I've never really heard anybody complain about a ghostwriter when it comes to like.
Yeah, because Neo wrote a lot of shit for people.
Or like even Babyface too.
It's rap because rap, at least to me.
But is that a stigma?
No, I'm explaining why.
Yep, it's a stigma.
Rap to me is a direct reflection of who you are as an individual. That's just my personal. It's not a fact. That's just my personal preference. So when a person is rapping, I'm automatically focusing that to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where an R&B record, you're writing about love, you're writing about hurt. That's universal.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Rap is universal too, but for some reason, maybe that switch in my head don't go off, but I just automatically if it came out your mouth, that means it retained to you.
Yeah.
And then when I do find out that somebody else wrote it, I'm
disappointed.
Hurt. Yeah,
I'm very disappointed.
I think also it's just like when people are rapping, you have to listen to what they're saying, not necessarily to how it sounds. When people sing, it's like you feel it. I'm not saying you can't feel rap, but it's more so like you're hearing like melodies and stuff. So it's a lot easier for me to appeal to somebody than someone who's a rapper, because then you got to use your intellect.
Right.
You got to perform delivery and all that. Like,
part of the importance of rap is that like the actual talent is the rap itself, like the writing. You feel me? Like what you write, like, like of course delivery and flow and all that. That's shit that you have to perfect. But the writing itself is like I feel like that's where the talent lies. So because like songwriters and like R&B, you feel me? Like Neo got some songs where there's like 3 lines in a verse. And he's known as, he's a critically acclaimed songwriter, you feel me? And it's like, yes, he does have some hits, but a song like that is like, you feel me? Like, a rapper can definitely write some little 3 lines or whatever. But like, we have to write 3 16-bar verses sometimes, you feel me? We have to have 64-bar verses prepared for freestyles. Like, that's...
Plus wordplay.
Right, like...
Cadence.
That's
there's a lot to it, too.
Right.
I think I get a lot of my influence. Actually, I was telling you the other week, I get a lot of my influences the way I write now, especially for like my more recent songs like 24 Hours and Let It Go from like him, because he has a way with his words. I guess it come from your background and stuff.
Probably.
As far as like syllabus count, especially. You remember I used to have syllabus problems when I first started out. I would have like syllabus issues, but now I'm pretty set on that.
Okay, we got another question. Henny is coming with the questions today.
I appreciate it.
He said, if you had to remix an R&B song, which one would it be?
The H-Town.
Knocking Up Boots. He already gave the answer, bro.
That's the first song he said. The H-Town.
But the thing with that is I need 2 other singers. I don't want to be like the only lead.
I'd be a backup, like you put me in the back. I could sing, but I don't let people know that shit. See what I'm saying? Like,
you like that.
A couple of girls said I could sing and shit. I don't know if they would,
I believe it.
When people say they can sing like that, it's usually because they
What would be your R&B name?
Mine's?
Chocolate Thunder.
Chocolate
Thunder.
Yeah, I probably will go with Chocolate Thunder too.
Chocolate Thunder. That sounds like a porno name.
Well, I'm not naming nobody for that.
It's like
Think about
it. Could be a double entendre.
Chocolate Thunder.
That's fire.
Right.
I'm not gonna
Sweet and heavy, sweet and strong.
But I
would
want to be.
I don't know.
I wouldn't want to be a part of a group like how Jagged Edge and them did it. I can't be the lead singer. See, I know my role. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the lead man. I'm the nigga every once in a while.
I just want to manage the group.
Yeah.
I just want to manage the group.
Like, let me double back to something that you mentioned. The stigmas in hip hop that I feel actually hold us back. One part of it is, well, let me say, I agree that when I grew up, I definitely believe that anything a person rapped came from them. Right. I didn't think much about ghostwriting when it came to rap as far as the industry goes. I do think it's a little bit of a cheat code that you can pull, but again, that's just my personal opinion, so I get what he's saying. But another stigma in hip hop that holds us back is the age. You watch people in country music be 95 and still pulling awards for their music, but it seems like with hip hop, you have a stigma, like there's a ceiling, an age ceiling.
It's a young man's sport. That's kind of what they try to say.
But see, and this is where you end up. I feel like that sense of thinking is what got us partially to where we are now, with the repetitive sounds, the repetitive bars, not a whole bunch of context within the rhymes, unless you're talking about specific rappers. Mm-hmm. Overall, in hip hop, you have this. The younger, the better, but the young people are on the same wavelength. So you don't get a whole bunch from hip hop like you used to.
What about the old rappers that are acting young? I say that to say because like Two Chainz is 41. A lot of people don't know that. 2 Chainz is 41 years old, but the way he carries, Future's kind of young. Future's I think 32. Something like that. Who's another old rapper that's out here that's more? Busta just came out with an album, and I actually like Busta's new album.
But Busta didn't switch his style up.
It's not getting a lot of traction. That's what I mean. Yeah. 2 Chainz being 41, and he's still doing the Lil Wayne type flow. You know what I'm saying? And that colorful stuff. He's tapping into the youth. The youth is not tapping into him. Right. Where Busta is living in his truth as far as his age bracket and his thought process, and is not connecting with the youth because the album.
It doesn't have to connect to the youth though. That's the thing, because I think that people are confusing artistry with what's popular. He's not confused. He knows he's not 25 and 26 and he's not 31 or whatever the number may be. He understands that his demographic of his fan base comes from the 80s and the 90s. I would be remiss if I heard Busta Rhymes trying to make music like these other guys when he has a fan base of their parents. Majority of people, he still has it. He doesn't need to dig into the crates to find something new to attach himself to because he's solidified already. I feel like he respects the fact that there is no ceiling above his head. Like Method Man, there is no ceiling above Method Man's head. He's not concerned about whether or not a 15-year-old goes and buys his album or watches the shows that he's on, or he's not worried about that. He's working. He's doing what he should do with no ceilings. I feel like hip hop as a whole puts a ceiling over them. So you even get the comparison of Future tapping back in. Future never made excuse me now. He's sold a whole bunch of records and has always had a heavy, huge following, but he never really made enlightening or thought-provoking music. So I don't really feel like he's tapping into nothing young. He's just doing what he's been doing. Like he's not like he's going backwards in his music. No, his music gives you the same message and energy that it always has. So I don't really feel he's out of place. He's doing what's always worked for him. Even though he may be older, he's still tapping into the same styles and tones that he's been doing. Like I don't expect him to come out with a conscious album. I don't expect him to feed you not putting him on.
Found his niche.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's what's going to work for him. That's going to pay the bills. That's going to keep him as relevant as he can be, as long as he's still charting, as long as he still have record sales. I don't think he's in it for what we worried about. You know what I mean? So like he's doing what has always worked, and I'm not knocking it. Like, you know, everyone has their own style. And for him, he's being true to the artistry that he put out there. Because all of a sudden, he couldn't now come, just like just like Joel was saying, you just not gonna come now and switch your style up. Even if you did grow, it would have to be a transitional period that he would have to go like a Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates gives you more now as far as context goes than he did before, but he went through a true growing period, so that you got to see the transition, so that it makes sense to watch him now. Future don't have to. 2 Chainz don't have to. Like, they're good where they're at. They're comfortable, which is not always good for hip hop, but it works for them.
I think Future also just happens to appeal to a lot of people in our generation. You know, it's like toxicity is pretty trendy right now. It's like the way to go. I mean, I have some of that in my music as well, so I can't really talk.
So let me ask y'all something. How have y'all been dealing? How have y'all been able to function musically during this whole pandemic and this COVID situation? Like, have you been inspired to make music? Have you been in a weird space? You know what I'm saying? Or
I just completed an album as of yesterday, and the album is titled Out of the Blue. The expected release date is December 20th. But the entire concept of that album is me reflecting on 2020. So I feel like the whole COVID situation, the whole lockdown and everything, that allowed me to tap into my creativity. Because before that, I was getting caught up with work. I would write songs like maybe on a monthly basis. Whereas as soon as like March 16th hit, and I realized that I didn't have to go to work, I'm waking up, I'm dreaming about songs, I'm dreaming about melodies, I'm finding beats, and like the 40 years up, I did my last actual recordings in like August, so like it didn't take really long for me to compose it, and I still have like other shit that I'm working on. I have a bunch of other features and all that. So
you've been busy. You've been fairly busy. Like,
busy. I think it worked in my favor. However, I'm now seeing the setbacks that it's causing, because I'm trying to have an event. Venues aren't letting a certain amount of people in. You know, they offering all different kinds of alternatives and stuff, but it's like, I can't, like, I'm not at the stage where I'm just gonna drop my shit on SoundCloud. I'm trying to like actually develop a connection with my fan base. I'm trying to start building some revenue, and I can't do that if everybody's supposed to be social distancing and you can have a maximum of 10 people in, like in venues and all that. So
I mean, listen, we not to toot on So Crooked.
Time to let our nuts hang. Man.
Yeah, not to toot on.
Nah, you gotta be confident like that.
But we got a So Crooked and Friends concert coming up next month, and we would love to have you guys on.
Shout out to Arlene's.
Yeah, shout out to Arlene's, man. Definitely, man. Arlene's is granting us access to their venue where we can do our concert. We're going to be doing it January 7th.
First time.
First of many.
First one.
We one of the only networks, well, we say platforms, that's going to be bringing this, to existence. So
that's a fact. That's a fact.
You guys will have a place. You know what I'm saying?
I'd be honored, bro.
Other artists.
All right, so that's solidified, man. We're going to have you guys on. You know what I'm saying? We're going to definitely do what we got to do. Salute to Arlene's again. January 7th, So Crooked and Friends concert. We got a couple of more artists that we just need to finalize the paperwork with, and we'll be putting that flyer out real soon, man. I got another question for you. Well, I don't have a question. We're going to go to the comments.
I've been dying to perform too, bro.
Right.
All right. So now, somebody just said, well, that's a question for me. They said, Bundles, I'm waiting on my track for my web series soundtrack. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Young L, the boy Bug,
the whole So Crooked family.
The whole So Crooked Cake Life Rambo. We're gonna put together a nice little track for you for your web series, brother. Another question. This is for Joe Bleu.
Hey.
Yeah, Kara.
Who are your top 10 rap influences.
Oh my God, that is.
Shout out to Yakira.
That's solid.
That's a difficult one, yo. Because like,
That's a lot.
I think that's something that I've been thinking about. Yo, honestly, I think I even wrote a voice note. I mean, like a note on my phone about that. Because like, there's just so many. Like, I'll say somebody, then I think of somebody else. But a top 10, that's a lot. Can we do like 5?
All right, we do 5.
Yeah, do like 5.
I don't even have rappers in here, bro. I got like Sam Cooke, Gregory Isaacs and shit. All right, so I mean, I'm definitely gonna start with J. Cole.
Just freestyle that for sure.
I'm definitely gonna start with, and this is in no particular order. I'm definitely gonna give it to J. Cole. I'm definitely gonna give it to. I'm gonna throw Ab-Soul up there, even though he's still like fairly new. When we talk about my influence, we're not talking about like my top 10, you know, like dead or alive. We're just talking about influences. J. Cole, Ab-Soul, Ludacris, Lupe, and I want to say my last one will probably have to be. Like Wale.
Oh, I can see that. Very, it's that poeticness that comes from. Yeah.
And I'm missing so many people. I can guarantee I'm missing this. There's so many people that's like flying over my head right now.
Hey, you just freestyle that.
Right now, that like those are people that I can think of.
What about you?
I think that Ludacris. I'm sorry, I think that Ludacris and Missy Elliott would be a fire versus battle. I know that's not neither here nor there, but when I think about people like Luda, I need like that energy right there would be great. But you know, carry on.
Your influences.
My influences? Oh man. I guess I have different influences for different reasons. Like I said, the people that helped me, that inspired me to sing was H-Town, that group, obviously. As far as like image and brand, I was really inspired by Prince. It's just Prince's way of expression and of the House of Balloons. And I was like, yo, this guy is saying exactly what I want to say, but I don't know how to say it. So I kind of want to be in that level where I'm able to say things that people don't know how to say, but they can feel that it resonates with them as well. And I guess the last person, I'm just say Sabrina Claudio. I just love her, the soulfulness in her music.
I think you just want to smash it.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not gonna say no to it.
Sound like you want to try to smash. Like,
I'm not gonna say no to a good time, bro.
I feel you.
Trying to party a little bit.
Listen,
you can have my Metro car money, Sabrina.
I ain't mad at you. Shoot your shot. You know what I'm saying? You
you
never know.
You
She
shot
might.
it twice already.
That's third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm.
You better know it.
I gotta come up with the setup.
Just imagine if he does get with her, and she's like, "Yeah, I seen the So Crooked podcast, and you."
Yeah, I was shooting my shot.
Oh, hold
back
up.
then.
How Miss New York good?
You gotta feel it. You gotta feel it.
Yes. You already know. But all right. Now I got a question for the both of you guys. Have y'all ever thought about? Because this is something that I had envisioned in my mind, and this is something that I plan on doing in the near future. All right, you guys are kind of young, so you might know, you might not know. You ever heard of The Wiz? Not The Wizard of Oz, The Wiz, with Michael Jackson. Who else was in that joint? It was Michael. Diana Ross. Mm-hmm. Well, basically, what it is, it's a film, but it's somewhat of a musical.
Theatrical.
Mm. Yeah, in a way, it's a musical, and I'm actually sitting down with some writers right now because I want to put together a musical movie.
Wow, I'm gonna let you finish.
You know what I'm saying?
This would be hot. This would be epic.
Yeah, it's something new. It's something that this generation has not tapped into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to get y'all thought process as far as like what y'all think about that and how you think that it should go and what direction it should go into. Because let's be clear, we spoke on it last week. There's a lot of things going on in the industry, in music in general. The drill music, there's a lot of death going on. Now there's a lot of people being...
Not supporting that.
Yeah, a lot of people being locked up. So how do we change the narrative of hip-hop to make it more positive and make it where it benefits us instead of hurting us?
I feel like you gotta tell a story, you know? Like, it has to be, like, clear where I mean, I can't say where things went wrong because obviously the shit has been progressing for years. But you know, like there's a story to be told. Like somewhere down the line, like
there has to be an ending.
Right. You know, like a certain culture became popular. So it's like, how did that trickle in, and how is it affecting us? Because you know, like some people listen to this shit and they like the shit and they live the shit, but they're not necessarily reflecting on how is it affecting us. So I feel like that's a great opportunity to tell that story. You know, I think you started off by asking if it's something that like we've ever considered or like would be
right. You know, I'm shooting my shot. I'm trying to get some actors.
I actually had first things first. I'm with.
Of course.
I actually had a similar idea. Like I have some filmmaker friends, and probably like 2-3 years ago, I even like pitched that idea. Like, yo, I think a hip hop musical would be dope, and not on some like that Beyonce shit. Like,
the hip opera. The hip opera.
Cadillac.
Cadillac?
Yeah, I thought you talking about that one.
I'm thinking about Love Jones.
Well, I guess the hip opera is kind of the one.
Yeah, I used to screenwrite too. So if y'all need any writers.
There's another one. Okay. There's another movie that's kind of like that too. Again, y'all might not know it. Beat Street.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Beat Street.
Beat Street. Beat Street is another one. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that's watching this, y'all maybe a little young, I may not know what we talk about. Look up Beat Street. Look up The Wiz, not The Wizard of Oz. The Wiz.
And that Nate Robinson knockout.
You
haven't seen it.
You
on
got 2 days
YouTube,
left, bro.
It's still up there.
You know Nate be out here in New York, right?
I don't care. I can knock him out.
He gonna come
if
see
he
you.
got knocked out from the nigga from Jersey Shore, I'm killing you. You're gonna be dead. Leave me alone.
Nate Robinson is a professional athlete, bro.
He's a professional dunking contest
Right.
nigga.
He might dunk on you, but I don't know about knocking you out.
Fighting? Nah, leave that alone, bro.
All right, so let me ask, so what would happen if he got knocked out by the Jersey Shore dude, but then knocked you out? What ranking does that
What that
put
means
you in?
for you, right? What that means
I had
for
a bad
you?
day. I had a cramp. I had
know
a
what?
cramp in my hamstring or some shit.
He hasn't been training.
Yeah, I ain't been, it's been a long
You
time.
had the wrong trainers. Right?
He hasn't.
I'm
been.
not an
Yeah, the
athlete.
wrong
You just say you'll knock him out. Now you say you ain't got the train.
Yeah, I'm not an athlete.
Like I said, man, I'll throw in the towel before that happens to you.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. Matter of
Find a
fact,
mood to play.
I'm gonna tell Miss New York, get the water. Get the water.
I'm gonna have the water ready because anytime you underestimate your opponent, you liable to lose. So I would be there with chilled water on deck, but just
You
because.
supposed to cheer for me, Miss New York. I need you to cheer for me.
Hey now. I didn't say I wasn't gonna cheer, but I'm also gonna be ready for you. You know what I'm saying? If you fall,
she's
baby.
wishing for the best and planning for the worst.
Plan for the worst. I got you.
That's
Thank
all.
you.
Proper preparation.
Get the smelling salt.
So y'all got any, I know y'all got some new music out. We're gonna put the link in the bio once that drop. Question. I wanna see how I'm gonna ask this question. I wanna make sure I word it correctly. In my eyes, your demographic of rap, your demographic of music is more in the, I want to say, backpack realm a little bit, if that's fair to say.
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you feel that genre of hip hop stands right now? I personally
That's a good
feel like backpack rap is more lucrative than actual was like on mainstream. Right. And I'm gonna give an example. Mainstream, you're gonna get the notoriety, you're gonna get the fame and all that, but there's a lot of stuff on the back end. Insurances go up when you got venues, different type of instances, because what you put out in the universe is what you get back.
Right, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So now
more money, more problems.
Exactly. More money, more problems, and whatever you speak out into the world can bring back problems too. I say that to say this. Everybody looks at J. Cole, they look at your Kendricks, and they say that they're dope, but they may not necessarily be the person that they listen to in rotation on a daily basis. Right. But to me, I feel like their style of music is more lucrative. And that goes back to even like Kanye's, Commons.
I miss Kanye. I miss old
Lupe,
Kanye.
Fiasco.
All these guys that are somewhat financially set because they don't have the same type of burdens that your standard rapper has to go through. Right. Lawyer fees, court fees, taking care of an entourage, right. High insurances when they want to book venues to do shows and things of that nature. Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, they sell out arenas, right. not your regular local club. They selling out arenas, football, soccer arenas. Right. So when people want to frown upon or want to look at backpack rap as like, that's to me, I feel like, nah, y'all need to be looking at what's going on over there, because that's where the chicken is at. Exactly. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Less problems, too.
Less problems and more chicken. And you get better endorsements because there's a lot of brands that necessarily may not want to intertwine with your gangster rappers. Right. You know what I'm saying? Who was a prime example that lost a
Rick Ross.
Rick Ross. Thank you. Rick Ross. He lost an endorsement based on his wordplay in the song. I don't remember the exact name of the song, but I remember the verse when he said, "Put Molly on her champagne, she didn't even know it."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That right there killed him. I forgot.
Yeah. Bye Pepsi.
Yeah,
bye
Pepsi. Pepsi cut him off immediately.
Looking like Bill Cosby out here.
But the thing is with that, it's a double-edged sword, because there's so much that he was able to speak about that was negative, that was culture dragging, that was, it bigged up the sex, money, drug culture so much, but he said that, and that went too far. I feel like the stipulations vary depending on who's in charge. Mm-hmm. So not that he should have been able to make that lyric and make millions and continue on, but there's so much other stuff. I'm pretty sure he didn't know there was a blurred line in between this was going to be acceptable and this is not. Like I'll use Dave Chappelle for an example. He was telling a story about not being able to say the F word in regards to homosexual men. Mm-hmm. And he said he was told that the reason that he wasn't able to talk about homosexual men in that way was because he wasn't a homosexual man. He was like, "But you guys allow me to say the N word," and he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, I'm not an N word." Right. But you see, that's something that had to resonate to the person that told him that, because they never thought in their head, if I'm saying you can't say this because you're not gay, but you can say this all day, every day, we know what the definition of the N word is. You understand? So it's just that blurred line that's there.
That white person in their mind, they were saying, "Come on, my nigga." That's exactly what it was, because you hit it right on the nose. Why is it that I'm able to degrade myself as a black person, but I can't say any slick shit to anybody else? Right. You say something to the Jewish community, they on your ass. Mm-hmm. You say something to the LBG community, they on your ass.
Or if you don't say something about them, when you're supposed to, they on your ass too.
Right. Yeah, that's a fact.
It'd be a catch-22 to stuff. I just think that, as in any artistry, and this goes across the board beyond music, writers, comedians. I think comedians right now have it the worst, because this leftist type of situation where they want to control your content before you even speak is just not what comedy is based off. You know what I mean? And there's several people. Yeah, the cancel culture is ridiculous, and it's crazy because the cancel culture came from trolling, not from business. So they adapt what they want to when it's beneficial for them. Right. So, I'm saying that's just a side on a dotted line. It makes things different, So I respect independent art, because you do have more of a freedom. Like, shout out to Rock Nation when they put on J. Cole. Like, that was a wonderful thing. But you even hear J. Cole speak about it. He's like, for the amount of sacrificing that I had to do, I had to make a choice of whether I was going to be true to myself and my artistry, or move on. I'm touring for 3 years. The money ain't this and that. Yeah, I got the popularity and the fame, but I'm dying inside. Like, no one wants to lose themselves to become something for everyone else, Like, it's just it's a rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I respect artists that stay true to themselves, because it's hard. The draw to be something you're not to win is so powerful. You just have to name your price and stick to it. You know what I mean? You can't be bought. You can't be sold.
It's easy to get sucked in, but like once you win it, like you said, it's a rabbit hole. Like, you just keep sinking and sinking and sinking, and that's how people have like not breakthroughs. I'm not sure what the word I'm looking for, but the shit that Britney Spears went through when she shaved off her head.
Breakdowns.
Mental breakdowns.
Yeah, like shit like that starts to happen. people start going undercover, they start losing their minds just because they just sinking further, you know, like deep into the rabbit hole.
I feel like you gotta compromise between how true you want to stay to yourself and how appealing you want to be. And when it all comes down to it, it's all about how comfortable you are with your own skin. And because we're in a generation where you can appeal to you can basically do or talk about anything and still be popular. Because there's people out there who are similar minded as you are. In a sense, so I could be talking about selling canned sodas, and I'm gonna have a following because there's people out there who are gonna have that same type of passion as I am.
Right.
There's always somebody out there that got the same mind frame as you. You just gotta tap into it, and that's where the hard work part comes in. You gotta put in the hard work to find those like-minded people like you that will appreciate your content and appreciate what you bring into the world, and that in itself is a journey. It's a very intense journey too, because you're going to run into people that don't necessarily agree with how you do music. You're going to run into people that want to critique your music. You're going to run into people that want to hate on your music. All of that is part of the game. The main goal is to get to the... Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys.
But create your own finish line, though. I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's important to have your own set goals and create your own finish line, because you don't. I would say this all the time. You don't know what this person had to do, sacrifice, or betray, or work for, or lose to get to where they're at. So you can't go for their end game. You have to have your own end game.
Definitely. Couldn't have said it better myself, man.
I think you also have to, I think a problem with a lot of the artists that come out today when it comes to that stuff is they don't educate themselves about the music business as well. I feel like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, you can kind of tell they're pretty intellectual based off like their interviews and stuff. So I'm pretty sure that you guys are
intellectual too. I just want to add that in there.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is the most proper spoken interview that we've had.
Saying that word, was that word?
That's a good thing, though. Appreciate that.
Introspective.
What was the word again? Introspection. Like, I learned the new word today. Shit, I'm gonna start using that word.
We gotta start bringing the thesaurus, like a little mini one, putting it right here, so we don't gotta be stuck like a deer in headlights when they use the big words.
Introspection. Like, what the hell is this? Like,
how
do I put this in a sentence?
You gonna use it at home?
I'm gonna use it.
You gonna use it at the crib?
I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna make sure I use it nice too. Like I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I was saying like I said it before. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm gonna do
it. It's like when you thinking to yourself, that's what you gotta think about. It's introspection. I'm thinking about something that happened to me yesterday or some shit.
Yo, what? Real quick, use it in a sentence.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Today was a very introspection day.
You'd have to then use the introspective.
Today was a day full of.
Today was a day full of
introspection.
See,
I'm using it as soon as I get in the car. Wifey. As soon as I get in the car, I'm gonna stare her from the space. I'm gonna wait till she be like, "Oh, what, you all right?" Yo, man, I'm just having
I'm introspective.
There you go.
I'm introspective.
Introspective type of day.
Yeah, like
I'm just gonna mess her head up with that, cause she know for a fact I don't talk like that. She gonna be like, "Where you learned that?" Son, I picked up along the way. But yo, man, listen. I appreciate y'all for coming through, man.
Facts.
Thank you for the opportunity.
This was a very introspective.
I thought that's where you was going with it too, bro. I'm not gonna hold you.
I was saying, I was trying to help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got it though. We got it. You know, it's the first day. Give us a couple days.
Shout out to that, man. That was smooth.
Yeah, I saved you. I got you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Nah, but all
we're gonna have to start having words of the day. That's today's word.
Can you use it in
Hey, listen, I'm with it. Just tell me the word 2 days in advance so I don't look down. But
let the people know where to find y'all, how to follow y'all.
Yeah, definitely,
your
man.
specialty, dog. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, you already know this. Your boy House of Blues. Make sure to follow me at House of Blues. That's HOUSEOFBLUS. Yeah.
Okay.
Just like that.
All right. So you can find me on Instagram as well. It's Neon Yabish. How do you spell that? ITSNEONYABISH.
Don't trip, bro. We got you right here.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry. In the description, I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere over here.
Yeah, that's.
But you can find us on. You can find both of us on Apple Music, That's Joel Blue. I'm Neon J. Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, you name it, we're probably on there. I want to thank you guys for having us. By the way, it's a great opportunity. And January 7th, I'm looking forward to that.
Gotcha.
Definitely,
December
man.
20th, Out of the Blue.
Oh yeah, definitely shout that out.
Shout that out again. Let them hear that again.
December 20th, Out of the Blue. All streaming services everywhere.
Okay.
Miss New York.
Oh, you know the vibes. And I'm just waiting for December 12th to come. You know, domestic situation, verbal war zone.
Oh yeah,
I'm
that's
excited
fact. How
for
can
that.
I forget?
Yeah, we can't forget.
You know,
December 12th.
it's
domestic
going down.
situation.
Battle
Male
on the beach.
versus female card. You already know my guys is going to take the W, but we're not going to get into that because, you know,
Miss Ill
everybody's...
taking the W, and her opponent's not Uncle Nate, but y'all gonna get surprised by that. Y'all gonna be surprised to see who she's gonna beat up on this time.
You know what's so crazy about Miss Ill? I've always seen her, and I'm going to be honest. I'm the type of person that once my artists finish, it's time to go.
Yeah, we
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I need to get out of that because I got to start showing the other artists love. I got to start showing the other artists that they're
supported.
They're supported. You know what I'm saying? So that was a conversation that I had within myself that I said I have to stop doing that. I have to show support across the board.
You have to be sociable.
Not just for my guys, but across the board. I got to start showing support.
For the culture, man.
So salute to everybody on the card.
It's
gonna be a dope event.
It's fire.
I'm gonna be in there. I promise this time I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna yell at nobody.
You sure? You sure?
I give you my word.
Okay.
And a matter of fact, if you see my face cringe up, Miss New York better come get me and be like, Eddie,
I will.
Relax.
I'm gonna come get you.
You got time introspectively.
I'm gonna have the white flag in the
introspectively
air.
calm down.
Go in the corner and introspect.
That's a fact.
You gonna use this verse too much?
He's gonna call me tonight and be like, yo,
And
bro,
say 9 times.
I was having a introspective.
Yeah, it's an introspective moment today.
And as I continue to reflect, the introspection of my situation was just he gonna start dialing up. All right, feel it.
Definitely. Salute to Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Definitely thank them for letting us use this space. Anybody that looking to donate, you know, right now we're in the middle of a pandemic, so every dollar counts. You could go to Orleans Grocery on Instagram or Orleans Grocery on Facebook. You could donate to the venue. Keeping our independent venues alive. This is a place for gentlemen like themselves, independent artists, to come and perform and showcase their talent. So these places, especially in New York City, these places are very, very, very important to us.
Especially if you want to see more of us. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact.
Keep these,
That's a fact.
ain't nobody doing what we doing.
That's a fact, man. So salute to Orleans, salute to the whole staff, and like I said, if you can, I don't care if it's $1, I don't care what it is, just donate, support. Let's keep this venue alive and running, man. You know what I'm saying? Anything else you want to touch on?
Don't forget to like, comment, and share, man. Don't be shy. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to our page. We will be uploading the content.
That's a fact, man.
on the
Support is
YouTube
free.
page. And of course, nothing but a second, man. Or, you know what I'm saying? Just press the button, go about your business. You know what I'm saying? But it would be good for y'all to show support. Everybody on this, all that show support to Black-owned business. All right, here we are right here, man. We in front of you. It's time to walk the walk, not just talk the talk.
That's a
So
fact,
don't forget
man.
to do that, man.
So crooked. It's not just a phrase,
It's
it's
a
lifestyle.
lifestyle.
We out. One.